Tim O'Brien.
Hey, good afternoon, Aaron. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. So, Tim, let's go back to before you started Tim O'Brien Homes. How did you know you wanted to get into home building, or was that something you always knew you wanted to do?
Well, when I was growing up as a kid, I always had an interest in building things. It started with Lincoln Logs and went to erector steps. And then next thing I know, my parents, as bright as they were, they mechanically inclined, that was not their thing. So I was always asked to do little things around the house, and it continued to kind of grow. And even in high school, I took a drafting course and really got into that with the old T-square and pencils and things like that of drawing. It just was something that I really got excited about, and so I continued kind of this pursuit with construction. But where I grew up about 2 hours north of Milwaukee in the Fox Cities, Neenah, Menasha, Appleton area, and a lot of the home builders up there were truly craftsmen. They were framers, right? They were people that have been in the trades, and I really didn't look at that as being something as a career for me. So I chose commercial construction, and that's kind of where I went to college. I went for construction management under a civil engineering program at UW-Madison, and really was geared for commercial construction all the way through, starting really as a senior in high school all the way through college. And then I met that one person who kind of showed me that there's more out there in terms of residential home building, and there's actually larger companies, bigger businesses that have this opportunity, and it wasn't just a tradesman type role. So I decided to kind of follow my passion, and I moved away from commercial construction, and I took my first job with a larger national home builder here in the Milwaukee area, and really enjoyed that experience. And when they left the market, I joined another home builder here in the Metro Milwaukee area, and just continue to kind of grow that experience. I mean, I learned a tremendous amount from both companies. The first company, I learned a lot about customer satisfaction and the customer experience. I also learned a tremendous amount about building science. And at that time, they were going through a pretty heavy program ensuring that homes are built properly to ensure that they drain off the drainage plane, and basically you're building a home that is going to be tight, airtight, and is going to be watertight. And so I learned a tremendous amount from that. And then the next company that I joined, I learned a lot about just operational discipline. And so it really was something for me that I really enjoyed, and I felt more so than commercial construction, the residential side is different because you're really building someone's dream home that they're going to create new memories in. And that meant a lot more to me than building an office building, say for another company or from a corporation. That kind of business to business relationship, it's different. A business to consumer relationship is something that I enjoy because I feel like I'm really impacting someone's life.
Great. And what made you want to start your own home building company? Obviously, you've had a lot of experience within other ones, but what made you want to kind of do it on your own?
Well, we started in the middle of 2007, just as the home building industry was sliding into recession, and we were all sliding into recession. Everybody was, but the company I was working for at the time decided that they were going to kind of re-centralize all of their leadership, and I was not part of that program. They were going to basically run everything out of their Chicago office, and I wasn't interested in really going down to Illinois anyway, but it put me in this opportunity. And, I talked with some of my other builder peers in the marketplace. And of course, everybody's kind of, trying to wrap their arms around what's happening as building starts just drop off, and mortgage financing was nearly unavailable for most people. It really was a big change for the industry. So I reached out to a developer here, and he had still a number of lots on the ground yet that he needed to build through, and that was Matt Newman with Newman Developments. And we decided, like within 30 days of me making this change from all these other companies I worked for, we decided to start a home building company together. And he said that, you really put your name on it if you want to put your name on it. And I was a little apprehensive about that at first, but I believed that it was the right thing to do because it's really, what I love about this business is, to me, we're in the people business. It just so happens we build homes, and to humanize the company with putting my name on it, I thought would make a bigger difference and a more positive impact in the marketplace. And again, humanize this home building company as a group of individuals rather than a nameless, faceless organization. So we started in mid 2007, just as everything was kind of sliding around us. And, it wasn't something that I was always something that I thought about doing, Aaron, but there was never a push for me to get out of my comfort zone
Right,
to,
right.
to do it until I had no other choices available to me. And so it made sense, and I put everything into it, and it's been a wonderful ride.
Awesome. And obviously, starting your own business is never an easy thing, especially during that time period. What was one of the most surprising or challenging experiences you faced when first starting out?
Gosh, with first starting out, so my background is more engineering, civil engineering, construction
Yeah.
management. From an operations side, from a building science and how to build a home. I mean, I know how to do that. I can do that in my sleep. My challenge is the marketing side. And so, gosh, think about, I have to get a website up. I have to get a website up. I have to come up with what is our mission statement, our vision statement, and things like that you don't think about when you want to just go out and start building homes. It's like, well,
Yeah.
wait a minute, we have to come up with a message of who we are and why we do what we do. So I really had to circle around with a number of people that I know that are way smarter than me in that field, and have them help me. And it was a great opportunity to learn about that side of the business. And also too, I was just so blessed to have so many people who want to help me with that marketing aspect, and then of course transfer that into the sales realm, because I have no problem building homes. My challenge is really just getting that marketing message out to the public, and I had some great people that were able to help support me. Dave Mudry was one of them, and he still does some agency, some consulting with us on the marketing side even today. He was the one that helped develop the logo. So that was probably the biggest challenge, was just getting that whole branding piece started off in the initial part of the operation. And then after that, it was more along the lines of just growth, because we had all these finished lots in the Metro Milwaukee market, which really weren't going to sell. And during this great recession we had, really weren't going to sell unless a home was on it. And there wasn't a lot of people interested in taking a risk of building a home at that time. So we ended up building a lot of market homes, or ready homes, available for sale, and when they were finished. And we went from closing one home in 2007 to closing 24 in 2008 to closing nearly 50 in 2009. And then we just kept going up from there. So that was another challenge, just managing the growth. But it really came down to just being able to recruit and work with and coach and mentor good people.
Awesome. And obviously, energy efficiency is a main focus when building our homes. How did you decide that was something that you wanted to focus on when building homes in Tim O'Brien Homes?
So before the Great Recession hit, back in about 2004 or so, I met some people in the insulation industry that were working on developing a kind of an energy guarantee program. And we had already kind of played around a little bit with Energy Star at that point. And in this Milwaukee market, I'm thinking to myself, you know what, because of the building science background I have in the civil engineering, the science piece of it, everything that they were telling me about this energy guarantee and what we could do to make homes more energy efficient just rang true and made sense. So I really latched on to that, and we moved forward with that program all the way up until about the time when things started to soften up. And the company I was working for at the time said, well, we're no longer going to do this energy efficient thing anymore. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, if the market is going to get tighter, people still want to have a comfortable home. They want to have a low utility bill. I mean, this is going to be able to make us a greater level of attraction and differentiate us from the other builders in the market. And they were like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to strip cost out of the homes. And I'm like, just not the right way to approach it. So when Matt and I started this company, Matt was under the same mindset as me, is that we want to make every home that we build have a third party energy certification and a third party green building certification. And from day one, from that first model that we built down in McWanago to the second model that we built in Waukesha, every home that we have built since June 4th of 2007, when we started this company, has had a third-party energy certification and a third-party green building certification. And that really gives credibility to the program versus us just saying, yes, we're a green builder, or yes, we build energy efficient homes. We actually have, through Focus on Energy, that third-party certified energy rater who comes in and tests every one of our homes, not just a sample of homes, because the program does allow you to just do a sample of homes. No, we want to do every home because there's always something unique that we might find or learn in the building of a home. And we want to be able to capture that data and be able, we have this continuous improvement mindset that I drive into this culture. And that's just ties in with that continuous improvement mindset is test every home, learn from every home, how we can get better on the next one.
Yeah, that's great. So obviously a lot has changed since starting out in 2007. Is there any ways that you've had to adapt the business strategy since then, since starting out?
Well, let's see. Yeah, part of it was that growth that I talked about early on. And then in 2012, we started an operation over in Madison. So that accelerated that growth even more. And really what it did is it added another layer of leadership team members into the operation. So it created kind of a centralized operating structure. And that was a big learning piece for us because at that time, we also had to bring on new technology platforms to help ensure that we operate efficiently, that we continue to have our data be as accurate as possible as we bring customers in for pricing appointments, as we bring them in for selections appointments, as we draw the plans. How do we make sure that all that information ties together? So we brought on some pretty strong technology platforms, and getting those implemented and onboarded into the organization, and then getting everybody up to speed on how to use them and to make sure that they continue to talk to one another. That was a huge monumental task. And we had a lot of, again, great people. I mean, I'm blessed to have such great people in this organization, both now and in our past, that have done well to kind of help us navigate some of that. But that was our big challenge, was really how do we get everything to talk to one another and use that technology to ensure that we have a greater accuracy in our information to our trade partners and greater information accuracy to our consumers.
Yeah. So over the years, Tim O'Brien Homes has received quite a few awards, obviously many through MBA Parade of Homes, the 2011 MBA Builder of the Year, National Housing Awards, and back-to-back Housing Innovation Awards to the U.S. Department of Energy. What would you say you're most proud of?
Honestly, Aaron, what I'm most proud of is our team members who put their heart and soul into applying for those awards. The awards are the results. It's the effort that I'm really impressed with, that really moves me, is the amount of time and energy that our team put in. They wanted to go after those awards. It wasn't me necessarily pushing them for it. They wanted to do it. They found out about it. I said, you guys want to take it on and do the application and do the work that needs to get done. If I can support you in any way, let me know. Because at that time, we were still growing the operation, and we still got started in Madison and finding them some land opportunities. Our team just ran with it. And what really impresses me the most, and what I'm really most proud of, is their effort that went into it. The award is the result, but it's the effort and that energy and initiative and drive that our team had during that time that just overwhelmed me in the amount of appreciation and gratitude I had for all of them.
Right. And what would you say some other rewarding things would be come with starting your own business?
Being able to influence, I won't say control because I want the team to help me influence, but influence the culture. I had no ability to really influence the culture in the other operations that I was in. The first operation, I was definitely a small potato in that group, and I was learning. I was a sponge. I was absorbing. There really wasn't a ton that I could contribute. I was just really learning. And in the second operation, they had the culture that they wanted, and it wasn't one that I could thrive in, but it was one that I managed in. And so when I got out of that organization, I said, I want to make sure that we form a culture in our operation in this new company in Tim O'Brien Homes that helps people in the operation thrive, that helps people grow, that gets people excited behind the core purpose, our core values, the mission of what we do as an operation, and to see that energy, feel that energy in the office, feel that energy in the field, feel that energy in the models. That's really what I was really excited about, and that's really, for me, one of the biggest attributes of being able to start your own company is that you have the ability to influence and to create a culture that you're comfortable with, that you enjoy, and that others can contribute towards. I think that's the biggest thing, is that others can contribute towards helping support the culture that you're looking for, and they get behind it because they're excited about it as well.
Yeah, right. So to kind of end things off, what industry trends do you see coming in the near future? Is there anything specific that you think might come about?
Well, I think the continuous drive for high performance homes, and what I mean by that is homes that not only are energy efficient, right, that we can demonstrate how they save you money, but also homes that provide better indoor air quality. And of course, in today's environment that we're in, indoor air quality or air quality in general is so important. Always has been, but even more so, it's accentuated today. It gives people peace of mind that what they're building is durable, that it's a systems oriented approach. A lot of building in residential home building construction is really a piece by piece approach. It's a bunch of pieces and parts that are put together, and in most cases, there's a lot of builders that do a lot of great build a lot of great homes doing it that way. We look at it as a systems approach, and we look at how the HVAC system, the heating, cooling, and ventilation system in the house operates together with the rest of the home, including incorporation with the insulation system in the walls, with the energy efficiency of the windows, and with the incorporation too of how the bath fan systems work and such. So it's important really to look at it as a system rather than the pieces and parts. So those are some of the things that I think are going to continue to grow and develop. In addition to that, this environment that we're in right now, I think we're going to see more work from home designs, offices, built out offices versus having it be a spare room that one has a laptop or maybe a desktop in. Really, I believe we're going to see more demand for work from home office space, built-in cabinets, things like that, but also technology. I think people are stressing their bandwidth in their home right now. I know I am.
Yeah.
Kids, our kids, whether they're on the laptop or for school, or they're playing some video game, live streaming, your bandwidth ends up really quickly. So I think infrastructure, home wiring infrastructure is going to be critical as well. Indoor air quality, which we've always believed in as one of the 5 key elements of green building. I think that's going to accelerate in terms of demand for customer. I think more customers are going to be asking questions around indoor air quality. We've got to jump on that, which we work with the EPA Indoor Air Quality Plus program already. So we're going to continue to expand that program within our home building operation in both Milwaukee and Madison. But I think those are some of the big things that you're going to see. And I think, the other things as it relates to kids working from home, right, with school, having where the kids can go and really study rather than have it be at the kitchen table or maybe in their bedroom. Have a nice, whether it's a loft space or another area of the home that they can go to and have some desk space. We're seeing a lot of interest before this, and I think we'll see more interest now of these home command centers, and we've got a number of them designed into our plans right now, where you have an area that you could have a number of different workstations, so to speak, in an area that has a lot of other organizational space. The laundry might even be in there as well, but they're basically areas that you can plop down with your technology and do the work that you need to do without having necessarily a formal office. And it's a great space to have kids, because it's usually right off of the kitchen area and you can keep tabs on what's going on. So I think we're going to see a lot more design around some of the elements that people are finding now that really need.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes total sense. Well, thanks so much, Tim, for taking the time to talk with me today and tell us a little bit more about how the company got started. Did you feel like we missed anything that everyone should know about how Tim O'Brien Homes started, or you feel like we covered it all pretty well?
I think you covered it all pretty well. I know we're going to have another segment coming up here on our core values and our core purpose, and I look forward to touching on that. I think that's an integral part of any operation is why do you do what you do, right? And how do
Right.
you get other people on your team behind that mission and hire the people that fit with those core values. So I look forward to having that conversation too.
Great. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for our next Facebook Live. Bye, everyone.
Thanks.